play this video first, and it has to do with Schumer talking to Biden, and it's he's saying, yeah, the Fetterman debate didn't hurt us as bad as, didn't hurt us too bad, which goes to show you that they are lying to each other, because that's just kind of how they roll out. They're not going to, he's lied to Biden. That was a terrible debate between Fetterman and Oz. So anyhow, he's figured he lied to Biden. He won't remember tomorrow anyways. And Stacy Abrams is definitely doing some weird stuff on her campaign when it comes to being sort of like political about when it comes down to looking a certain way with these face masks. I'm scared to say too much. We're not scared, but just don't want to get the algorithm on me. But she's rules for thee and not for ye. She talks about, if you're over 18, you can socially distance and wear your mask, and if you're under 18, you're probably too cute, you can stand right up underneath me. And she was making the little children wear a mask, but everybody jumped all over her for that. But the people that she has at her campaign are like, all the people there are like, woo, we can take a picture with her, and those people are severely brainwashed, guys. And there's some other good articles in here. Barack Obama. Yeah, we don't talk a lot about him, even though we know that he's up to a whole lot behind the scenes. So wanting to buy a basketball team. I think the Suns, it's a team in Arizona. Ironically enough, it's in Arizona, which seems to be a battleground state for Republicans and Democrats. And also, there's other things in the waters that's happening as well. Democrats have left swing states, a lot of them. Florida being one of them. They decided to pull out and save their money and put them in other places where they feel like they can make their wins because they realize just how far behind they are. And Herschel Walker is 5 points ahead of Warnock, and 5 points ahead of Stacy Abrams, and also in the article we're going to read too, Brian Kemp is 11 points ahead of Warnock. And I'm not advocating for a Kemp, because we do know that there was some really weird stuff that happened when he did this phone call. It was a phone call that took place between him and Donald Trump back whenever a bunch of weird stuff happened in 2020. And there's been some controversy amongst that phone call, but I have listened to the whole phone call undoctored as the phone call in its full context. In that phone call, there's no monkey business going on. He's not trying to find something that's not there. I can't say what those are because of the algorithm, but it has to start with the letter V. It has to do with casting our papers. In case you didn't know, there was a lawsuit that was being filed due to the fact that they're trying to say that Trump was trying to drum up these V's that you cast your voice with, when you choose your leaders. And if you listen to the whole phone call in context, that's not the case at all. He just wanted to actually, what was really there, and he needed to look a little closer because they weren't doing the proper work necessary to have a up-and-up choosings, according to that. So definitely some stuff behind, but Kemp's the whole lot. It's a lesser of two evils when it comes to Warnock. I think maybe I don't know. Well, at least we know this one. He's a familiar face. Warnock is just. Boy has done some bad stuff, by the way. I remember when Warnock was running for office to begin with, he had some domestic violence charges that he had to get rid of, and an ex-wife that was trying to, let everybody know, hey, this guy ain't right, dude. And he's well known for booting out people. The whole time he was getting on landlords for booting out people, and he was doing it way worse because landlords weren't doing anything till we're looking at like thousands of dollars being owed, and he's kicking people off like $25. Yeah, that happened, guys. But let me get out of the way here right quick and get this party started, guys. There is a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and I just know that you need to make sure that when you go cast your voice, you do that on the day of. Don't do it no week ahead. Don't do it by mail. Go in there by person and do it the day of, because that right there will help thwart the effort that the lefties need numbers, and so when you give them the early ones, they can use those numbers later. That's all I'm saying for stuff, and you pretty much know where we're going with that. Here's that phone call. I mean, that call on Hot Mic moment, and it comes. Listen to it around the 15-second mark.
That scene, we're in danger of that scene. Well, it looks like the debate didn't hurt us as much in Pennsylvania as it today, so that's good. And we're picking up steam like that.
Well, the audio's kind of rough, but right there he's talking about, it didn't hurt us. He's talking about the Fetterman debate. Yeah, so that's a big lie because it hurt him terribly. That was bad. Yeah, you know.
Hi, good night, everybody. And this campaign is...
Hi, good night, everybody. Anyways, see, well, here's what we're talking about right here. This is Stacy Abrams having a good photo op and making sure she appeases all sides necessary for this photo op, whether she believes in this stuff or not. Check this out.
So we got big old butts outside. So what we're going to do is you're going to let me and our team and our folks, we're going to go out first, and then they're going to direct you outside, and I promise them to take...
She says big old bugs, big bugs. They don't want to get ate up by the I guess there's mosquitoes.
So we got big old butts outside. So what we're going to do...
Maybe she said butts. I don't know.
...is you're going to let me and our team and our folks, we're going to go out first, and then they're going to direct you outside, and I promise them to take a picture with every single one of you. Cool. If you're over 18, we've got to socially distance for social media. If you're under 18, you're probably too cute for that, so I'm going to let you stand right next to me.
Keep your kids away from Stacey Abrams because she likes underage kids. Allegedly. So Stacey Abrams maskless gives directions for a photo op. You know, she's not. This isn't going over so well. So anyway, so here's another thing. Herschel Walker jumps to a 5-point lead over Raphael Warnock, and Kemp up. Okay, I had it backwards. Kemp up 11 points over crazy Stacey Abrams. I'll get right here in a little bit, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on in my poor little head, so to keep up with it all. And by the way, in the middle of this, I'm going to do a shameless plug for We'll Fix It with an exclamation point, which is my other YouTube channel. I want you guys to check that out because if this channel goes down, you don't have to be liking no mechanic or nothing, but being a sub to that channel will give you notifications, and that way you know if something happens to me, you don't see me after a week or so, you know that I've had to lay it down. I'll be right back. Oh, I got you. You might find it easier. I don't know which way, but easier. Here's the one spark plug that I changed out right there. That was in there. I changed it for good measure, and I put the whole set of 6 coils on there. I replaced every one of them and all. So that's all new. Just let me know if you have any trouble with it. Okay? Nope. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you every day. Yes, sir. Okay. I might have to. Okay, so yeah, I had it backwards earlier. So sorry, I had to. The customer came in as I was finishing up here, but so really good numbers, guys. Really good numbers. I kind of lost train of thought there for a second, but great numbers to see that. And Herschel Walker, there's all kind of controversies. They're trying everything. Left is always throwing a bunch of lawsuits out and see which one sticks. And right now they're trying to sue people for watching the boxes, those boxes that you use to put the papers in, the papers that we use to choose our leaders. Arizona Democrat gubernatorial candidate Katie Hobbs claims someone broke into her campaign office. Now, the word behind this article is she is trying to, look at those numbers. She is trying to say that because it was part of it's Carrie Lake's fault because she's enacted a base of violent people, and that's so not the case. We're salty berserkers. We're not violent. We just put salt on stuff, guys. We do this with our just spreading our memes. We do this through sharing information. And I've been working at this shop for many years. And this past year, I've had more conversations with people when it comes to conservative issues, which is a really good sign. That means that everybody is sort of starting to become awake, not woke. And I mean everybody, even the woke ones are like, wait a minute, I'm headed down the wrong path. I'm like, yeah, get on over here. You're off track. So Arizona's Democrat gubernatorial candidate Katie Hobbs claims that someone broke into her campaign office. Dude, so I just want to let you know that with numbers like these right here, you can pretty much bet that. And I'm just going to say that there's no real way to know for sure, because I don't have any inside information other than just common sense kind of tells me that this almost sounds like it was set up. It could be an inside job, because she needs to have a victimhood mentality based campaign where you feel sorry for her. And it's not going to work. People in Arizona are fed up, and the break-in more than likely could have very well been some of her own people. They could have been trying to get rid of information that she's got, so it makes them incriminated. The people in her campaign don't want to go to jail. That's probably what it is. If anything, that would be the case. This is still an active investigation, and I'm sure Mark Brnovich will be really digging in hard to figure out what's going on down there. But Hobbs' campaign manager, Nicole DeMont, also posted about the alleged break-in on Twitter. And, you know, and it says, and here, this is what I'm going to quote to you what Hobbs said. It says, let's be clear, for nearly 2 years, Kari Lake and her allies have been spreading dangerous misinformation and inciting threats against anyone they see fit. The statement said the threats against Arizonians attempted to exercise their constitutional rights, and their attacks on the E-word officials are the direct result of a concerted campaign of lies and intimidation. And nobody's done that. The only people that's had any real kinetic energy towards her are just normal reporters that just want to ask her a few questions, and she runs from them, especially if they're black guys. We've seen that. And we know that she was in trouble twice. She got, court wins. She lost her court cases twice against racial discrimination on the job for paying people less than what they're worth based on skin color. So that happened. Katie Hobbs did that, by the way. So, and people are seeing that. They know this. And anybody that's connected. So here's where I was talking about earlier. The sports world reacts to Barack Obama's ownership news. Former United States president, anyways, the Suns who could become a sale following their ownership scandal. They likely have interested bidders in the NBA franchise. According to Bill Simmons, Obama is involved in one of them. And so, this was in Durham, North Carolina. Oh gosh, man, I'm telling you, dude, these people, they need a special place that's not anywhere near us. We need to find an island and put them on. We should dredge up a whole new Australia and start it over again with some people that have no business on American soil for some of the treasonous acts that have been committed. And I'm not naming any names, guys. I'm gonna let you think about that. You guys can process all that information. But here, check this out. Another big win. I'll do a big win at the end of this so we can all feel better. Trans activist who interviewed Biden has a fetish and demeans women online. This is no joke. Okay, here is Tucker Carlson.
Like it, and she was brave enough to say so. She joins us again tonight. We're always happy to have her. Riley, thanks so much for coming on. Now, you are
what this is a man with a fetish who is gleefully putting together all the stereotypes of women, like makeup and the outfits and having breasts and carrying around tampons and having menstrual cycles and all these things, and using that to define what we are and what we stand for. And womanhood is not and should not be a mental disorder suffered by men.
Well, this is a mental disorder, and that, that's whatever. Go do your thing. But for the president of the United States to be affirming this and looking into the camera and saying anyone who disagrees with this or refuses to play along with this grotesque and repulsive charade is somehow immoral, like, how demeaning to the country is that?
It's so demeaning. We have women out here who have accomplished amazing things, women developing cancer studies and research and vaccines and things like that, but they're not being recognized for what they've accomplished. Instead, we're recognizing a man who is claiming to be a woman and know womanhood better than what real women do.
It's really funny that, like, you spent, we had an amazing hour-long conversation where you talked about spending your life training to be a college swimmer, and then at the last possible moment, some dude sweeps in to sort of push you out of the way. All the men are here and call it a victory for feminism.
Right. And that's what we've turned to as a country, and we can't be surprised we're here. We've put ourselves here. But I think women are starting to realize that this is wrong. Women are mad. You know, there was that boycott to Ulta. If you guys have seen the videos, I encourage everyone to watch. They have 2 men on there talking about what it is to be a woman. And women are recognizing that this isn't what defines us.
And that's true. Very true. Very, very true. It's good words. Good words. Thanks to the Tuck. Gotta love the Tuck. All right. Bud leading Beasley by 4 points. Now, that's a good thing. It's a good thing, especially when this poll here that they're probably doing isn't really, it's, you know, lefty poll. But I'm in North Carolina, and we need to see this man, we, as all of us in North Carolina. Better yet, it would help just the country altogether to get rid of that criminal on the right, not even have to worry about her, because that's exactly what she is. Whew. Ted Budd, man. Let's get Ted Budd in there, and then maybe hopefully in 2024 we can get Robertson in as governor. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, we're going to have a really nice, strong state. It won't take long at all. Let's look at this. What are we talking about here? Anyways, I'm not going to play the video. It's 3 minutes
Robinson
long.
arrived in Raleigh just as her party lost its majority in the legislature. This year, Republicans are hoping for a supermajority. Robinson says that's not going to happen.
I am counting on our voters to get out, not to be apathetic, but to get out and understand that their vote makes the difference.
Republicans are not likely to flip Robinson's district, considered a safe seat for Democrats. So why is it that the voters of this district should send you back to Raleigh?
I have been the major advocate for Medicaid expansion for 10 years. I have advocated for that.
I don't know about that Robertson. I'm talking about Mark Robertson. But anyways, dude, Ted Budd got it's 4 points. It should be more than that, though. We should really be working harder to get that a little higher. So anyhow, that's where we're at right now. And tonight I'll be live. I think we're going to be live on my channel as well. I'm looking right here as I'm doing this video. It's pretty bad. I've got to see if I've got the, if it's good. I think, yeah, we're going to be live on my channel here. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. And I think so, yeah. If not, we'll be on Matt's channel, Matt in Exile. But I'm going live this evening with some buddies, and we're going to have a good time podcasting. We're going to talk about Kerry Lake. We're going to talk about all kind of fun stuff. But like I say, shameless plug once again. We'll fix it with an exclamation point. That's my other YouTube channel. That's that right there will be our safe place. That'll be our safe space, our Patriot safe space. If something happens, you know where to find me down there. I'm doing videos every day on that channel when I'm fixing stuff, but you know, you can find me down there and you can contact me if something happens and you're like, what's going on? I'll be like, I am on vacation because I'm not asking for it and they make me be this way. So anyhow, I really thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I want to have tell everybody to have a great rest of the week. But one more day and a wake up. Well, one more day, and yeah, I wake up, because if you consider Saturday the wake up, our weekend will be here. But then again, our weekend kind of starts after we get off of work, because us patriots, us people on the conservative side, we work, so we know what it is. You know what I mean? Anyhow, these people have weekends all day long, every day, through the week, through the month. We are going to fix that, guys. So have a good afternoon. Lots of love. Just remember that God loves you, and he loves the fact that you're working really hard and spreading information to help save America, because we are a leader of freedom, and we advocate for a Christian free life, a Christian life with freedom. I want to clarify that. Thanks, guys. Lots